Yep, sure. I'm here. Hi, thank you. So when I read through, I had a brief scan of your presidential address, and I couldn't see anything about improving diversity within the profession and the role that you see that the institute and the faculty have in that area. Lack of diversity for our profession is something that we struggle with, and by diversity I mean diversity in all its forms. And often part of the solution is thinking about how we can improve representation in who decides to become an actuary in the first place. So I wanted to get your views on what you see the Institute and the faculty's role as being here and what actions you'll be taking to improve diversity in the profession.
I did nod to that issue in my presidential address, but I didn't delve into it, partly because it deserves more maturation. And I'm happy to be more open and direct. And I posted quite a few things on LinkedIn. I think I had a good conversation with Chieh, two conversations with Chieh, who's the head of diversity advisory group, and I've requested that she rename it as Diversity Action Group, and we're going to spend some time delving into it. I was arguing for diversity of mindsets, which was about courage, imagination, judgment, and adaptability and the growth mindset. I didn't use the word diversity until much later after the meeting. And there was somebody who posted, it's not just about race, color, gender, sexual orientation, it's about diversity of mindset and context. So I think that diversity is very important, and it should be part of everything we do, because that's how best teams are created. The best teams are created through a diversity mindset. And I asked Chieh, what do you really want to change? And I speak as an Asian, a Chinese who grew up in Malaysia, and he talked about unconscious bias and the issue of white privilege. Because personally, I lived in the UK for 10 years and worked for British companies for 26 years. I was the only non-white, probably in my ceremonies, but the last time I went to a qualifier ceremony when I was a host, I see an explosion of color. I'm not about to say anything, but I do not feel that IFoA is a racist organization. I do not feel that. I think there are individuals who might have unconscious racial bias, but that monopoly on fair-handedness does not belong to any race. I can tell you there are many Chinese who are racist, there are many Indians who are racist, and there are many blacks who are racist, and many Japanese and French who are racist. So I don't think, but there is an issue. And I don't want to knock IFoA too much. We in the last 10 years, we got 3 women presidents and 2 ethnic presidents, last 10 years, and that's not bad. But where is the problem? I think there's still a problem, and I think that the way I would frame it is opportunity, accessibility, inclusion, and diversity. Opportunity is whether kids in the UK and elsewhere have an opportunity to be an actuary, say. That is a societal problem. We can help influence it by helping promote maths in disadvantaged communities, especially black communities, because I do not think that Asians or Chinese communities in the UK have an issue of accessing the IFoA. Some parts may. Okay. The other one is accessibility. When it comes to our door, how fair is our process? That we might have an issue. I would say this, and I would say this. Our executive team is largely white. But it can be more diverse. I think it can be more. But I'm not for representation for representation's sake, because I've seen positive discrimination working, although there are many philosophical arguments for it as well. Sometimes working with unintended consequences in many places I've lived. So I do think that the way I would frame it, it is about creating a diverse team because it's the best team, diverse team. And that would, by definition, include background, context, and that would, by definition, include color, racial origin, and cultural bias, because you do get a better outcome. So this is my take on it, and I will be pushing, and I think that Stephen Mann will be the right man for the job because he is serendipitously at an inflection point of cultural transformation to make IFoA a more resilient, more diverse organization. So I'll be pushing for that, and we have been exchanging correspondence yet today about having a facilitated conversation with Chieh and her team. But again, I'm not sure you are aware. The New York actuary, the New York person in the New York Central Park who threatened the black guy that she will call the police. She's an actuary. Are you aware of that? So there's a big issue for the SFA about this. So it's very sad. But we agreed internally as IFoA that it's not about big pronouncements, but steady progress and authentic progress. So Nicola, I come from, I would advocate diversity, but the frame I would use is that a diverse team, a diverse institution is a more resilient organization, and it's a more sustainable organization. So that's how I would approach it.